Now, South Africa's unemployment rate may have seen an overall decline for the first time in almost 2 years. That's according to the latest stats as released on Wednesday. We showed a decline from a record high of 35.3% in the fourth quarter of 2021 to 34.5% in the first quarter of 2022. The biggest job gains were recorded in community and social services, manufacturing and trade. Well, let's discuss these numbers now with Kganki Matabane from the Black Business Council. Kganki, good afternoon and thank you very much for your time. I mean, the numbers still show unemployment rate being stubbornly high, with just about 7.9 million South Africans unemployed. The big question is, what are the solutions to create jobs, especially for young South Africans? Mr. Matabane, can you please unmute yourself? I can see you talking, but I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Oh, my apologies. Good afternoon, Brother and the viewers, and thank you very much for having us. I think first of all, we continue to be in trouble as a country. We have a serious unemployment problem, and the solution from where we're sitting is that we should be targeting the creation and support the support of entrepreneurs and enterprises, because in our view, that is those are the people or the companies that will be able to create jobs. Jobs are supposed to be the outcome, not the input. So our all our efforts in South Africa is supposed to be then how do we support enterprises to grow them, to show them that to actually assist them in accessing funding and opportunities, so that then they can create jobs and they can then employ young people and employ all the other people who are unemployed. Because if you look at the figures are actually shocking. If you look at what is called the expanded definition, which talks about people who have been looking for jobs and they are discouraged to look for jobs, is 45.5%. That's almost half of the people who are supposed to be working. They wake up every morning and they are frustrated and they do nothing. So we should then say, let's focus on solutions. For us, solution is to support small businesses, support it through funding, and then support it through access to opportunities. And that will create employment. And that was supported by the National Development Plan 2030, which indicated that 90% of the jobs that will be created by 2030 will come from small business.
Yeah.
So that is what should basically make
the role of business. I mean, the president a few months ago made many people angry when he said it's not government's job to create jobs, it's the private sector. Business must create jobs. What then should the role be for business going forward? And in answering that, and very briefly, if you may, Mr. Matabane, you could tackle this one for me. Of the young people in South Africa who are aged between 15 and 24, that's the future of the country, 3.8 million are not in employment, not in education, not in training at all. They are just like lost. What can be done to assist them?
Yeah, for us, the answer is in small business, because small businesses, for example, if you give a small business additional responsibility, they've got no choice to, but because of the additional scope, they've got no choice but to employ more people. It's just the nature of how business is. So if we support small businesses more, we give them more jobs through public procurement and other interventions, they will be able to absorb young people, because it's easier for them to even appoint or employ young people rather than big businesses, because the requirements there are also much difficult.
Okay, so small business would assist. And in the last minute I have with you, we're heading towards 4 o'clock now, Mr. Matabane. I see you've been appointed to the new broad-based Black Economic Empowerment Advisory Council. I saw a statement from the presidency earlier. I don't know if congratulations are in order. You've got a number of, I think you're going to be part of a team of 14. What's going to be the role of this advisory council? What do you hope to bring to it? Very briefly.
The role is to advise the president on what is working, what is not working in terms of the BEE, and suggest interventions and policy changes, because we will be an advisory council that advise on policy. So if policy 1 is not working, we'll then suggest policy 2, and then that will be up to the president to implement.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time this afternoon. Kganki Matabane from the Black Business Council.